What was the final straw that ended or hurt your close female friendship? She called me a horrible friend for not telling her I was in a relationship, and she had to find out because my then BF changed his relationship status on Facebook. Fair. But before that, she'd blocked me everywhere except email, apparently, expecting me to somehow move heaven and hell to get in contact with her. That was after we had a huge fight because I wouldn't accept her constantly making fun of every single decision I made and not really talking to me apart from that when we hung out. One of those decisions was dropping out of school temporarily when struggling with severe PTSD after a traumatic relationship. We were both trying to get a promotion to the same department which had multiple vacant spots, but I was promised my position because I was already a mentor and doing amazing, and she was just an average worker to them. She ended up getting in trouble at work, so she was ineligible for the position. She would talk crap about me at work to one of my bosses, saying I didn't deserve it or my better hours. Thankfully my boss did not care because me and her were closer, and my boss told me everything that was going on. She doesn't know that I know, so I ignored her and stopped talking to her. She recently confronted my partner asking why all of us aren't friends anymore. Ooh girl? She wasn't respecting my relationship. Before I got into my relationship she had told me she liked me, but I declined, and it seemed like we were able to stay friends. When I started dating my girlfriend, this friend took offense to it and was being passive-aggressive with statements about my relationship, or flat out calling me mean for not dating her. When she asked first reason 185,468 why I said no, her ego. It took me longer than it should have to realize she wasn't a friend and needed to go. I'm just grateful my girlfriend stuck by me while I was being dumb trying to keep that friend in my life. Day stare into the mirror for hours? Only if I'm tripping on acid. Yes, hours on end is definitely unusual. More than a minute is normal. Your friends are wrong about that. But hours? That's something you should talk to a therapist about. Yeah. You're probably narcissistic. Sounds like you're a narcissist. Kind of weird ig. I can understand maybe like 10 minutes or something if you're really feeling yourself. But hours just sounds like it would be so long. So much time would go by. I'd feel really bored and want/need to do other things. No. But you just might be a narcissist. I used stare in the mirror for hours. Until my neighbor's wife woke up screaming. Bruh, if I look into the mirror for more than 10 minutes, I shit you not, I morph into a demon and it becomes a separate entity for me. I'd how you're able to tolerate that. Yes. Staring at the mirror for hours on end is out of the ordinary. Does it mean you're a narcissist? That's a question for a psychiatrist or clinical psychologist. I would say the average person wouldn't stare at themselves in the mirror for hours. I once stared at my reflection for longer than usual and I freaked myself out because I felt like my features were morphing before my very eyes. Not sure if it was a trick of the mind or what, but I never did it again. If it was all day, every day, that would be strange. There's a difference between narcissism and self-love/appreciation. And it's a thing nobody ever talks about. You're fine unless it's a bizarre amount of time and you're getting some weirdness out of it that's ultimately a negative. What are your best wardrobe organization tips? For travel, use packing cubes. It saves so much space in your suitcase. Buy velvet hangers with the tops that can turn. Keep your clothes in place. I do have lots of rubber ones for certain items. But for most basic wardrobes people have the velvet ones will keep clothes from slipping off the hanger. Whenever you buy a new thing, try it on with all the clothes you have and take pics. It helps you find the new combinations you might not have thought of. Taking pics is important, because without it you might not see that some of the clothes don't match. I have an Excel table with all the outfits, tops vertical, bottoms horizontal. I've also created a Word file where I've systematized them based on my mood and the situation, formal versus casual. I have my closet split into two, with 2 sets of clothes and 2 laundry hampers. On the left are my work clothes, which typically require washing in cold on delicate. On the right are my home and gym clothes, t-shirts and jeans, which can go in hot. In the morning I just pick a side depending on weekday or weekend, and find something that looks comfy to wear. When I'm sleepy at 6 a.m. I know everything on the left will be appropriate for work. In the evening I throw my clothes in their respective hamper. Laundry's already sorted. Generally we wear what's visible and handy, so don't organize nice stuff that you want to wear more often neatly organized in a box. Out of sight will be out of mind. Trust me. Have a bigger heart while decluttering, because if drawers are stuffed you will just end up using what's easier to access. Also, when you find a perfect combination, for example, top, earrings, lipstick color, trousers that go best with each other, take a picture so next time you remember what goes best with what without having to figure it out again. How often do you wash your car? I wash mine daily, but I've got an unlimited car wash pass. If I had to pay per wash, I'd probably go weekly. Why is it important? Other than looks, hell. If I pay $20-30K for this thing, you're damn sure I want it to look nice. But also cleaning things off that can corrode it. Salt from the air if you're near the ocean. Road salt if you live in a snowy climate, etc. Helps prolong the life of the car. Even an old and busted car should be washed regularly in the winter just to keep it from corroding and rusting further. Depends on the time of year. Weekly during the spring. Maybe more if we have a lot of snow during the winter. People want to have clean stuff. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. You want to drive a car that looks like it hasn't been washed in 2 years. Great, but people notice that. You don't have to care. Every time I visit my one friend his bill always asks, did you just wash your car? Why is it always clean? And I pause. Cause I pay $20 a month for unlimited washes I want it to be clean. If you always have a dirty car. I see a person who doesn't care about maintaining his car in general. And that probably carries over to other things in life too. I don't care who you are. I like to keep even my cheap beater cars in good condition. Only exception is shit weather/season. Sometimes washing the car is just a waste of water and effort. During summertime I wash mine once a week. But since it's not that dirty it's only a 10 to 15 minute job. In the winter it's more like every 2 months when there's just way too much ice and whatever shite building up.